Beautiful. You know when you turn up to a venue and it just looks like you're going to have one of them days where you're going to catch plenty, just looks like a good day's fishing before you actually set up. This morning looks like one of those days, people. Anyway, enough of that. Good morning, welcome back to the channel. It is the 25th of October at 20 past 8 in the morning, and come to a local venue just to do something very simple for you all, something that a lot of you more mature viewers will appreciate, but at the same time a lot of you younger anglers might fancy a go as well, because it's not a style of fishing that we do as much anymore. And after catching loads of silvers on it the other day, I thought this is probably going to be a perfect venue just to show you how easy it is to catch a few fish on this method. We're in the realms of traditional methods and older style tactics. We're also blinded by today's current market. The year is 2024 right now, and you'd struggle getting anything under a tenner in your local tackle shop. Mind be it bait, a couple of floats, packer hooks, everything is expensive. But is it though? In the midst of all that, you've also got tackle on the market in excess of £6,000–7,000 just for a fishing pole, which is ridiculous. So how do you get round it? Well, there is a way, and it all depends on what you want to look like or how you want to be seen up bank the next time you're out. And today I'm going to show you how to fish a very traditional method on a budget, costing pretty much next to nothing. Like this Halcon Hunt jacket, for example. I've had it for years because it's designed to last for years, and its performance is designed to last just as long. But a jacket like this is going to cost you the best part of 250, 300 quid. And this, with the braces and the pole jacket as well, you can talk nearly £1,000 just for your outfit to sit in it for 6 hours a day. £1,000. So how far back can Halcon Hunt really cover me against the weather conditions? And how cheap can I deliver today's fishing for you? Well, as I stand here right now, I'm looking quite modern, but with a simple click of the fingers, and I'm in some of the 80s and 90s classic style Halcon Hunt, designed to keep me out of all weathers, wearing a brand that, let's face it, has dominated the angling market for many, many years, and a brand that you very rarely saw me on the bank not wearing or using. Yep, years ago, in 90s, early 2000s, it was all about Daiwa. Everything had to be Daiwa, the clothing, the hat, you name it, absolutely everything. And as for the tackle, and there you have it. Who back in the late 80s, mid 90s didn't want a Team Daiwa Shakespeare style box with an octopus leg kit on it? Because everybody was going crazy for it. Like, imagine getting to your peg and not having a peg. Imagine getting to where you're going to be fishing all day and you've just got a sloping bank, or you've got to get in water a little bit just to get that sort of right contour to sit comfortable for 6 long hours. Well, this Shakespeare style Team Daiwa box helped storm the market when a company called Octopus actually brought out a leg kit which could screw to the box and you could actually level it on any contour you wanted. That, coupled with your favourite Team Daiwa luggage, fishing with your favourite Team Daiwa reel, using Team Daiwa everything, was absolutely incredible. I mean, how good do you want to look in one day? And this morning, for today's session, inside this very rod bag, I have got a Daiwa rod with a very, very special angler's name on it, and I'm going to be showing you the art of fishing out there with a feeder with a twist. So let's get set up. Right, so the Team Daiwa Shakespeare style box, pretty much as simple as it gets. A lot of you might remember the massive tray you used to get inside it, and then in here you've got loads of storage space. I've got a tub of maggots there for today, and your plastic side trays. Now, left and right don't really matter, but how these used to clip on, the Shakespeare ones used to hook on. These actually go underneath and then just press in like that, and we're done. If you're feeling really clever, you can even chuck one on this side as well, and that's it. Your side trays go in your box. Mind blown. Absolutely mind blown. Couple of maggot tubs there. Again, I ain't got maggot tubs that actually fit in here. Could have done with getting some smaller ones. But inside here, I've got everything that pretty much matters. I've got a cloth. I've got a Daiwa Jupiter Z 2550 reel, which I think will be ample for today. And I've also got a tackle box, which belonged to a local angler many, many years ago. Sadly in a position where he's not able to fish comfortably anymore. And this actually came with this box on a purchase just last week. So I thought, just to keep the spirit going, just to keep, you know, keep it alive that little bit longer, this is the box I'm going to use with all my little terminal bits in here, which actually came with it. A few floats, a few shots, and that's pretty much it. I've got a couple of old style Preston hook length boxes, absolutely loaded with hook lengths. So I'm going to keep one of those out. I don't need that one. That one's going to stay out with me as well. An absolutely classic rod rest is going to be fitted on an even classicer feeder arm, if you can call it that, so that can stay out. And that, people, is pretty much it. Got plenty of spare spools for my reel. I've got another classic reel there as well. And yeah, let's get to it. Ooh, I'm alive. Right, before we get tackle set up, rod, reel, all that stuff, let's get some ground bait mixed for today's session. I've only got maggots and some fishery micro pellets because it's fishery pellets only here. I'm going for skimmers, roach, perch, pretty much whatever else sort of takes an interest really. So yeah, let's get some bait sorted and then we'll get on to that all important rod. Right, so let's get some bait mixed up. I have got in here the very famous Revolution Baits GG Green Skimmer and Bream Dark 50/50. So you get this nice dark colour, but when it does take on a bit of water and it's actually under the water itself, it does look a little bit lighter than what it is. So we've got a nice big bucket full there. Bit of lake water. I'm going to pop some of that in first. Like I've said on previous videos, people, you don't want to absolutely bombard it full of water straight away. You kind of want to mix it in as you go along. That's it. So a bit more, and just bit by bit, just get the consistency that you're actually looking for. And again, get it all off at side walls of your bucket. A little bit more water. Yeah, I'm not looking for a mix that absolutely sticks together like glue. I'm going to be fishing an open end feeder today, so kind of want it to be breaking out pretty much. It's not a very deep venue, about 3.5, 4 foot where I'm going to be fishing, so kind of want it to be breaking out as it hits. And really get your knuckles in and grind up all them lumps. And just to show you, years ago people did used to riddle the ground bait, I do know that, but it weren't as common as what it is today. So just to keep that little bit of the history alive, I'm not going to riddle it. Now, these micro pellets are fishery pellets only. What I'm going to do is I'm going to bang them all in dry, like that. And they can take on the water as and when they please. So, just a little bit more, like that. You put them in dry into your ground bait. If you're putting micros into a ground bait mix, you can do it any way you want to do it. Where if you put them in dry, they'll absorb the moisture from the ground bait, taking in all the aminos and all the like great properties of the actual ground bait itself. So it's like you're flavouring the pellets even more. So just incredible. So let's give that a good churn up. And there you are. A nice mix. Plenty of micros in there, which will keep all these fish grubbing about. They love micro pellets here on this lake. the best sort of ground bait mix on the planet. I don't care what anyone says. An absolutely incredible mix, catches me loads of fish. And here I've got some Revolution Baits Rainbow Crunch, and all I'm going to do is just put a light sprinkling like that, and that'll just give me, well, not give me, but it will give the fish just little different colours to focus on as they're sort of grubbing around. And you know, it's not just a one-on-one bait mix. There's going to be a few different colours in there just to try and get them feeding a little bit more comfortable for you. And that, ladies and gentlemen, theys and thems, is pretty much it. So that's ground bait done. We're only fishing maggots. What I'm going to do is just get an handful like that, pop it in there, probably an handful and a half like that, and then what I'll do is I'll drop a couple of maggots on there and fill my feeder up in that mix on every cast, and this will sit at the side of my box, and then when I start going a bit low, I can just put a bit more in, or alter it, change it, dilute it, undilute it with loose offerings where and when I want to. So without further ado, let's get some tackle set up for you. I want to have this around here. An 8,000 pound carp has just topped over there. Not what I'm looking for today. But this box, oh, if I don't fall in, I want to put it back here. And I want to be fishing at that sort of angle like that. Tub of ground bait on there like so. And then maggots, I can just put a couple of maggots in the side tray itself. Oh, people, easy, innit? Oh, am I ready for a day on a day hour box? God, that's like yellow lorry, or whatever it is. Octopus feeder arm, not the deluxe one. This is the Mark II, so it's not got a swinging knuckle there, which is going to be quite important for today. So screw the old rod rest on, then this, slide it down your octopus leg like so. Look at him, look at him. What do you reckon? I reckon that's a winner, people. But the rod was very, very cheap, and I mean cheap enough that I don't even know how cheap it was. So let's get it set up. I am more die-hour right now than Bill Raisin. This rod is a die-hour Matchman Mark Downs, made in Great Britain. If you've got a die-hour anything that's made in Great Britain, you have got an absolute classic of a rod. Look at the thickness of that thing. An absolute welly. So this, as you've probably noticed already, is a swing tip rod. It screws in and out. You can just hold it, screw it out, and vice versa, screw it in, as it is now. And this rod either could have been used as a river rod, a float rod for fishing for bream in deep water, or you can have screw-in quiver tips. So ours, we know them as today, we just push them in. Well, years ago, I've actually got plenty on them. You can actually screw in the quiver tip. So you can go from a float rod to a feeder rod quite quickly. Very convenient. But today, I'm going to be fishing with this thing. So the idea is that when you get a bite, your quiver will just lift up like that. So the idea is that when you get a bite, your swing tip will just lift up and start pointing towards where your feeder is. Really convenient way of fishing. It means you can fish with very slack lines, especially if you're fishing deep water or for finicky fish. Like in today's climate, if this was sort of invented now, it'd be a game changer. All the guides on it are there. When I do get old rods like this for these cheap rod challenges or old rod challenge or whatever, if the guides aren't up to scratch, I simply won't use them, simply because it'll damage your line very quickly. Last thing I want to do is snap off with any fish on and leave 20 yards a line out there, especially Maxima, which I think is on this reel because it's just like towing rope. All right, so we get my little tackle box, which kindly came with the seat box. 4,000 pound carp just topped over there. Don't know if you saw that. 5,000 pound carp just topped over there. We don't want them today. So I want to fish with a old style Drennan 25 gram grip mesh feeder. That's what came in the box, so I'm just going to stick with it. And then, oh, while I'm here, let's get a disgorger out. And to go with the attire, we've got a red one. Don't leave a massive, that's only a 2,000 pound carp, that one. So when I have a cast out, clip up, come back in, get some feeder in my feeder, get some bait on and wang it out. I'm not going to bait up. All I'm going to do is I'm just going to cast out with that first cast. If I don't get a bite after 5 minutes, and I'll time it, I have a watch on, it's under all my sleeves. If I don't get a bite after sort of 5 or 10 minutes, what I'll do is I'll reel back in and fill it up, but I'll leave the hook length on. Yeah, I'm not baiting up like Southfield or anything like that. Might have to move some of these branches in a second. Okay, nowhere near, but probably is around the distance I'm looking for. So I want to clip up there like that. Just reel it back in. Oh, better. I can't cast above me because of all this stuff, but I'm looking to get out there somewhere. Yeah, just in that area, in front of that tree, at the halfway point. And this is how your swing tip works. So if I just slacken the line right off, put it onto my rest like this, you can see the tip there, and what will happen is, if you get a bite, the swing tip will just start doing that, yeah? And that's your indicator. And with fish that we're going to be fishing for today, they are more than strong enough to be pulling that swing tip up. I'm going to go with a single white maggot to start with, just a single white. Ground bait tub. What I'm going to do is, there are a couple of maggots like this, put them onto my ground bait, and then just pack them in like so. What you see right now is what you get. Oh, and that'll do us. Again, you want to just bring your rod just past where it's going to be sat on your rest, just so when you do bring it to centre, all your line is really slack. And then what you want to do is just tighten it. There you go. Just until that swing tip, it's just starting to get a bit of a tilt on it, because it's that extra movement is what that's going to be a bite indicator. Oh, bit of an indication then. Oh, definitely getting some indications there, look. Oh, fish on. So slowly going to wind in. Don't want to lose it. It's only a small fish. Oh, it's going for that snag. Please don't go for that snag. There we go. Right, Scarer's net. Nope, don't go in there. What we got? Oh, a roach. And a nice, lovely roach on the swing tip for you. Absolute treat, that. Stunning fish as well on here, these roach. Absolutely gleaming. Mix from Revolution Baits really gets them going. Keeps them in mood. Oh, that's on. You like a better fish as well? Again, it's quite an old rod. It's a bit stiff. I think they went a bit mad with resin back in day. But it's not a very forgiving rod. So I'm just taking it really, really steady. Not only that, but I want to be able to show you what I'm catching anyway. Oh, there's a skimmer. Get his net ready. Oh, what we got? A skimmer. Please don't go. Please don't go. Oh. Please don't go. There we go. First skimmer on the swing tip. Hooked just in bottom lip. And again, barbless hooks, so nice and easy. Awesome. Oh. Oh. We're in. That's on. Is that on? Is it on? That's on. Oh, is it a swinger? I reckon we can swing him. Oh, there we go. Oh, all sorts of crud everywhere. Little tiny roach for you. Very welcome one anyway. Oh, that's on. A skimmer. I think we've got a skimmer, people, or is it a roach? I think it's a roach. It's a lovely roach. Oh, look at him. Absolutely stunning. Mr. Downs. Oh, that's on. Oh, he's not. It's a lovely perch. There we go. Nice little perch. Go on, take it. Oh, that's on. Oh, we've got a carp on. I can't undo clip. Right, people, we have got a carp on, and I don't want it on. I think we snagged. That's on. Oh, swinger roach. A tiny one. Right, people, so what I've done is I've had an hour up there on that peg, and I've caught a few roach and a few skimmers and some little bits and bobs, but I bet I've hooked 7 carp, and luckily none have snapped me off. And I'm pretty sure the carp, unless there's a big pike in here that's just grabbing me roach on bite. But I've moved further down, don't know what peg number I'm on, but instead of casting into the middle, I'm now chucking about 12 feet off that far peg over there. You'll see it when it goes in. I've gone down a feeder size to a Preston ICM cage feeder, just with an eye in top, so it's still free running. What I'm going to do is have a couple of chucks over there. It just seems to me like there's loads of small fish topping in and around this area where all these leaves are on surface. And although I'm not fishing on the top, if I can try and find not shallow water, but some shallower water where there might just be a few fish holding up, might be in with a chance of like getting a few more for you. Let's go over there. Beautiful. Straight down onto my rest. There we go. Tighten up a bit. There's a lot of crap on the surface. Oh, I think that were a liner. Swing tip was just on its way straight away then. There's a lot of crap on the surface, but fishing vigorously, I'm hoping that I can chop through that. But as it stands, still very comfortable. Box is working an absolute treat. Swing tip's doing its job. This old Matchman Mark Downs die-hour rod, it's a bit cumbrous, but it's working. Was that a bite? And that were another liner. So this is what I mean. I think there's a lot of fish up in water here. Another bite. We're in. We're in on the swing tip. Only a small fish. Don't panic. But we're in. So that was definitely worth popping down here. I could see loads of roach and everything topping over near them far trees. Oh, bit of roach. Oh, there's a roach. Oh, it's a perch. It'll do though. It will. So, Mr. Perchy, where's my hook, Mr. Perch? It'll do. Couple of ounce, isn't he? Not a dead cert that it's absolutely full of fish over there, but when you dress like this and you sat on gear like this, anything is incredible. And again, me maggots are all just loose in my side tray here. I'm really enjoying this sort of fishing. It's like really convenient. It took nothing just to move from 6 pegs up there down here as well, so it's quite comical really. I'm absolutely shattered just getting my box in and out at car, my absolute station. Surprisingly, everything's going really smoothly, like with the rod and reel and everything. Oh, like a rocket, that one. Right, so maybe them liners before weren't liners, maybe they were actually bites. So let me rod down nice and quick and keep my eye ready. Hopefully you can see that swing tip a little bit. There's a bit of an orange flash on end, so if you can see that moving, that's when I've got a bite pretty much. Again, I'm not solely fussed about sinking my line. There's too much crap on water to even waste time doing it, and while I'm trying to sink my line, I'm worried that I'm going to be missing bites, so just we're going to stick with it for now and see how we go. And but see, is that a liner? Just slowly lifting up that way. Just put a little bit of time into it. Another little knock then. Are we on? That's on. Little small fish. Swinger. Let's have a swing. Oh, beautiful little roach. Little tiny see-through thing. Perfect all day for fish. Oh, firing out there. But just bringing your ear, doing this sort of fishing with like old tackle, really simple stuff. You know, it's just to give you all a bit of an insight that it can be done. Oh, that's on. Are we a lifter? We can lift it. Oh, little roach. Little tiny roach, about an ounce. So yeah, if you're actually thinking about getting out with your old gear, just get yourself out. I'll have to come and have a session one day with somebody with old gear challenge. Oh, indication then. They're pretty much on it straight away. As soon as it's going down, they're on it. Like that. This could be a better fish to end on for you. Just hope it stays on. Oh. Going a bit left. Let's get this ready. Oh, there's right under this tree here. Please don't do that. What are you? What kind of fish are you? Oh, it's a perch. Lovely perch. Oh, ah. Lovely perch to finish on. What an absolute gem of a perch to finish on. And I think that is pretty much going to summarise today's session. I'm not going to sit here much longer just casting out there in the hope I'm just going to bag up on more of these. It's been a very, very cold night. I think it's knocked them all on head. We've had a few though, haven't we? We've caught a few on the old swing tip. So I want to stick him back and get wrapped up. But look, I'm always up for trying something new. I'm not one of these anglers that can just sit and do the same thing forever. So it's nice to get out and do something different, you know, and just appreciate just angling to its fullest. Right, so what have we learned from today? Well, what a blinding day's fishing, catching loads of roach, few perch, few skimmers, and annoyingly hooking into some massive carp, which I didn't land any of them. And luckily none of them snapped me off either. But the plan was to come out today with this Mark Downs Daiwa Matchman swing tip rod. And we have had a lovely day's fishing with this. Not the best rod in the world, especially in today's current angling climate. There's a lot more on the market for a fraction of what you'd pay for a very expensive rod that will do a fabulous job. But the point in these videos is to get out with some pre-loved tackle like I've got around me and just show you guys that whatever you've got in shed, or if you've not been out for a few years, or you're worried about what you're going to look like, just get dressed up and get out bank. Like, it doesn't take me much to look stupid. And look at me. Here, with a Mark Downs Matchman rod. So if you've liked this episode, remember to like and subscribe if you've not already. And thanks for watching. You know, without you guys, won't be able to get out and have all these different ideas and get on bank. And although I didn't list it as a cheap rod challenge today, I'm going to do it. I paid £10 to somebody in Nottingham for 37 rods. So you do the maths. This was included, £10 for 37 rods. What's that, £3.70 a piece? Or 37, whatever it is. But that was in a massive bundle. So cheap rod challenge, £3.70, can't go wrong. And if you've got a particular method in mind that you've not used in a while, drop it in comments and I might dig out some tackle and give it a go. But anyway, thanks for watching. Remember to like and subscribe, and I will see you on the next one.